Anyone remember that video I did recently on buy now, pay later services and their place in sneakers, the rise of them being used in sneakers for purchases? Yeah, we have an entire example on that thanks to Caleb Hammer. A reaction video of one of Caleb's financial audit episodes, and I'm filming this prior to any feedback on the first one, so hopefully it went well and we'll see how this one goes. Finally getting around to this reaction, and it stuck out in my mind the very first time I watched the episode for one reason and one reason only. She used a buy now, pay later service to buy sneakers for her son via Finish Line, even though she's already in a very tight, jeopardizing position financially where anything could push her over the edge. You can watch my thoughts in a previous video on the rise of use of buy now, pay later services within sneakers specifically. And do I think it can be used responsibly? Yeah, absolutely. Some of you have noted in the comment section of videos that you use it responsibly, you're not in credit card debt, you actually pay the different payments off ahead of time. So that's awesome for you, but you would be considered the exception and not the norm. And that's exactly what we're going to see here on Caleb's episode. And let's keep in mind, a lot of people treat these services just like they treat credit cards. And if everyone used credit cards responsibly, then they wouldn't have the really high profits they do every single quarter.
2.5. How many hours a week do you think you work on average?
40.
Okay.
Right now.
So I'm getting you at about $41,600 a year. Before taxes. $3,466 a month. Does that feel right? Okay. What is that? Probably closer to $3,000 after taxes?
Yes.
So as you guys just heard, her income is $41,600 a year, which means right after taxes, she brings home about $3,000. That's not inherently terrible, but it could be a struggle, especially to not only take care of yourself, but dependent on just that income alone. Now, she's not alone. She has a significant other, but that's a whole different story. And you can see the comment section of how people feel about his contributions or lack thereof to the situation overall. But your income is truly your strongest and most powerful wealth building tool. They are 100% honest in finances when they say that, next to you utilizing compound interest in the market when you invest. But getting your income up, it's really important, or you have to be a great defensive player in managing your expenses.
This. I know. Is this the Afterpay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you spent $825 from your checking account on Amazon last month. But in Afterpay, there's another $205 that you're already paying back. Why are you doing Afterpay?
I don't know why. I didn't need to. I just did it. It was I was buying my son shoes on Finish Line, and it was an option. It was like, you can pay in 4 payments. And
Did you hear that? Did you hear what she said? She was buying $300 shoes, and it just made it easier because the service was available right there at checkout. Matter of fact, before you even get to checkout, you can see what the payments break down to for the actual item itself. And there's the enticement. That's where they get you. It creeps in right there. Congratulations, marketing team, you did your job. Because she bought into that, it made it easier. It made it easier to justify paying the money she didn't have on hand right then and there for an item her son wanted. It wasn't a need, it was a want. And I 1000% respect parents wanting to give their kids the world. I love it. I appreciate that. Moms are so selfless. They are. But this is that dangerous road. And I remember people commenting like, they're like, people don't get into the habit or the trouble of stacking these different payments. Oh yeah, they do. Let's continue watching.
I love the caring attitude that you have with the classroom and then buying nice shoes for the kids. But when the household does not have an emergency fund to keep the home alive, nice shoes do not come before that.
Did we all hear Caleb? It's priorities. We have to have them in order. No one's saying don't buy your kids nice things and that they're not deserving of nice things. I'm forever grateful for everything my mom did for me. But I can promise you a brand new pair of Jordans never came before ensuring that the house was in order, that we weren't living in debt, that we had emergency savings in place. Listen, my mom went through a very serious period of being unable to work. And do you know how we survived without going into credit card debt? Because there was money in savings to live off versus getting deep into credit card debt. Like, you can't tend to wants before the house is in order. You just can't do it.
finish line. That was before. That was the first time I discovered Afterpay,
Oh,
and
okay.
since then, I've gotten myself into this. And you know, it's funny because when I was thinking about, like, when I was sending you my documents, I was like, I gotta stop doing this, and then turned around and made like another $230 purchase.
Why?
And then immediately was like, I shouldn't have done that. And so I did make a choice this week to stop.
First time she discovered it. It was like that first hit, that first dopamine hit that you were able to do something you really wanted to do without the immediate pain of consequences of all of that money being withdrawn. The first time she made that $300 sneaker pickup for her son, but she didn't really feel the full brunt of that $300. That was it. She was already headed down that road. Instead of it feeling like a $300 hit to your expenses and your finances, it was just a $75 hit up front, and that was fine. So she went from, I believe, Affirm or Afterpay, then she jumped right to the next one. That's what you're susceptible to. Once you go down the road of using one, it becomes easier to justify using another. And someone said in the comment section, well, again, that stacking these payments, that's not what people do. People don't get into, situations like this. No, they do. Here's Exhibit A. They absolutely get themselves into situations like this. And what did I say in that video? Sure, a single $200 purchase, fine. It's $50 every 2 weeks. Now she's racked up $300 on one service, $235 in another service. So congratulations, we're already at what, $120 at least every 2 weeks, but she's not done.
I'd be like paid off, but there are more debts. What's this?
That one is Affirm, which is another one like that. It's
If you're paying, but this is another Amazon thing. You love. Oh wait, yeah, you love Amazon. The bucks, are these multiple purchases? Did you do a big purchase?
All three services, Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna. She is their prime consumer target, and everything they've done marketing wise has worked. And she signed up. She's purchased things using all three services. She's just set herself up for a difficult road to climb and overcome when it comes to financial stability. So again, this isn't to say that people can't responsibly use buy now, pay later services. You can, just as people can responsibly use credit cards, but understand they're banking on that enticement of you wanting something right now. Zero delayed gratification in place. And that's something a lot of people struggle with. You want it now, so you're able to get it now. However, it's not on them to look and assess your overall financial situation to make the decision, should you be doing that right now, even if they've made it easier for you to buy that pair of sneakers for yourself or for your child. Prioritize what's really important in financial stability, making sure that you're caught up on everything, not in high interest debt before you go to purchase something. And still think twice about using that service instead of just paying for something up front. That's all I would say. Just ask yourself, can I pay for this another way? Like, with my own money in full and not go down this road. Because those who use buy now, pay later service, I think 70% of people spend more money than they normally would have if it were just their own money up front making the purchase. So keep that in mind. And again, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this very different content of a reaction to Caleb's video. Go ahead and comment your thoughts below. Really appreciate you tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.